Okay, so what we need to do, and the first one is what? What do we need to do in this problem right here to get this going?
Divide by 5.
Divide by 5. Very good. And we're allowed to do that because the 5 is not in the parentheses. All right, now what? Square root. So the square root of x minus 2 squared is x minus 2, right? And then what's over here?
Square plus or minus.
Plus or minus the square root of 3. And then we'll add 2. And you know, because I told you last time, I like to put my 2 in front. If you wrote plus or minus root 3 plus 2, that is perfectly okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That won't simplify because that's a radical. So, done. That's it. That's the answer. All right, now what about this one? Oh, Lord, help me. Sorry about that. Those of you that were working on that. 2x plus 1 squared equals 8. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. If you tried to solve what I had up there before, you could do it, and I'd be happy to check that for you later if you wish. But we're going to do this one. This is what we're doing. So what's step 1? If you tell me to cancel these, I'm going to say no, no, no. Why can't I cancel those? Because of that, right? Yeah. So, okay, no, I'm not going to do that. What am I going to do instead? Divide by 1/2, which is the same as timesing by 2. Keep change flip. So I'd rather, instead of dividing by 1/2, which sounds complicated, I think I'm just going to multiply both sides by 2. That will take care of that, right?
Yeah.
It is the same thing. I don't care how you think about it. Dividing by 1/2, multiplying by 2. Okay, so I have 2x plus 1 squared equals 16. Now what? Square root. So 2x plus 1 equals
Plus or minus 4.
plus or minus 4.
And then you subtract the 1 over.
Subtract the 1 over. Now there's a lot going on here, so as long as you can keep track of everything, we're okay. So we have a negative 1 over there, we're subtracting 1. And we have to divide by 2. Now, there are 2 answers here. Notice that there's no radical, so the expectation is that you cleaned it up. Okay? So, negative 1 plus 4 is 3 divided by 2. So one of your answers is 3 divided by 2. Negative 1 minus 4
Negative 5.
divided by 2. So there are the 2 answers to that problem. Is that okay? All right. All right, now let's get our notes out. And I'm going to go ahead and finish part 3 since I started it already. So let's go to part 3 in our notes. This is P5 notes. We did part 2 yesterday. We did 3A yesterday. And now we're going to finish up P3 and then we'll go back to the graphing calculator part. All right, we have x squared plus 8x minus 2 equals 0. in our notes, P5, number 3B. Okay? Now, we only did one of these yesterday, and it was the first time you'd ever done it. So I don't know how much you can remember, but can you look at your notes maybe? What was the very first thing we did?
We added the two.
We added that number, right, or did whatever we needed to do to that number. And when we did it, we left the space there. Where the 2 was, we left that space. Because we need to add a new number in that space. We do not want 2 in that area. We want a new number. Okay. Does anyone remember how we found the new number? Sutton?
It's half of the second number.
So it's half of 8, this guy right here, half of that, and then squared. So half of 8 is 4, and 4 squared is 2.
Oh.
16. We're squaring, not square rooting. Alright, so half of 8 is 4, and 4 squared is 16. That's how we got that number. Good?
Good.
Okay. Now, this is the key. This right here, after you've added your new number, this side will always be a perfect square. This side will always look like one of those problems that we just solved. It'll have a perfect square, a thing squared. So you gotta figure out what's the thing. It's super simple. It's gonna have an X. It's gonna have whatever that sign is the sign it has, always. So I think yesterday that may have been a minus, I can't remember, maybe it was a plus, I don't know. But whatever this is, that's what goes here. And then what would that number have to be, do you think? If you're going to square it and end up with 16, that number has to be a 4, always. So the X comes from here, the plus comes from here, and the 4 comes from there. So we have X squared, 16, got that plus on there. All right, so that equals 18. Because remember, when you put the 16 over here, you also put it over there. All right, now what do? We just practiced this twice. What do? Square root. So X plus 4 equals plus or minus the square root of 18. We always reduce our radicals if we can. So 18, I know breaks down into what? What does 18 break down into? 2 and 9?
3.
And 9 breaks down into 3 and 3. And what's our rule for simplifying radicals? If we have 2 of something, it comes out. So we got 2 3s. So that's coming out as a 3 and the 2 is left over. And then we're always solving for X. So we lose a 4. And we'll write our answer as either -4 plus or minus 3 root 2, or plus or minus 3 root 2 minus 4. Is there any further simplifying we need to do? No, because you got a radical. So if this had been a plain 3, then we could do something, but when it's got the radical on there, we're done at this point. All right, now there's one more, and I want you to see how far you can get with it on your own, but there is something different about it that we have to talk about. Do you notice anything different about that problem than the other ones we did?
No, they're all divisible by two.
Okay, so the big deal is, there's a 2 right there. Have we had a number there before? And you're not allowed to have a number there. So like Alex said, the first thing we're gonna do is divide everything by 2. No matter what this number is, you have to divide by it. So if that would have been a 3, I would have divided everything by 3. So now the equation that you're actually going to solve is this one. Remember, 0 divided by 2 is still 0. Is that okay with people? Okay, so now what I want you to do is complete the square on this. So see if you can follow these steps from the one we did the other day and this one, and see how far you can get with that.
What am I supposed to put in this space again?
What?
What are we supposed to put in this space again?
Okay, so let's make sure we're all up to snuff. First thing, we have to subtract the 2. And that leaves this hole right here, right? The space to fill in. So she can't quite remember. Who can help her? Jog her memory. Riley?
It has to be the second number, split in half.
So split this in half, so divide by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. Half of 10, 5. And then square it. So the number that should be added to both sides is 25. Sutton?
Well, I was just gonna ask, if it's like a negative, then would you just not?
It doesn't make any good question. It doesn't make any difference because remember, after you cut it in half, you're gonna square it.
Oh, okay.
And what happens when you square it?
Sounds good.
Yeah, the negative,
Okay.
that number will never be negative.
Okay.
Now, you're right, half of negative 10 is negative 5, but when I square it, I still get positive 25. Yeah. Now, Sutton, that negative is important in the next step, because the next step is to do this, right? Anybody have any idea what's gonna go in the parentheses here? All of this gets condensed into a parentheses. What is it? X minus 5, perfect, x minus 5. Remember, that sign in your parentheses always matches that sign. Okay, so then we will square root. So we get x minus 5 equals plus or minus root 23. We'll move the 5 over either before the root 23 or after the root 23. And then we will be done. Because there's no way to clean that up. Alright, that process is called completing the square. And we will practice it again.
Where did the x go on 5x?
Okay, remember what, this guy right here?
Yeah.
Okay, When you go to the parentheses, that's on, always. You have an X and a 5, and then subtract it. Ellison, if you FOIL this out, X minus 5 times X minus 5, you get 10 in the middle. So I just factored it, this is just a factored form of this problem. Alright, now, the problems that we did, that you did in your notebook, where you took the square root of both sides, those were x squared equations. These are x squared equations. Those are called quadratic equations. They always have two answers, that's happened, right? All the time. And now we're going to find those two answers on our graphing calculator. So let's go back to part 1, and it says solve graphically. Now we all have different versions of the calculator. Ace, this might have enough charge. I don't forget which one's yours. Was your name on it? Oh, honey, we were never gonna put it in the charger without our name. Yeah, it's got a low battery, but it might still work. A little bit, it's got a little bit of charge in it. All right, this is not a graph, so I'm gonna put that one away, right? You got a graph. Where's your graph? No. Well, let's see if it's got enough charge to
I
get you
doubt
through.
it's working. It hasn't worked. I don't.
You know what this one needs? This one, okay, so
Yeah, I
these
know.
calculators have an internal battery, you
Yeah.
know, like the little round ones.
Okay. I've never seen this before.
Well, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
when these calculators first came out, we didn't realize it either, but when this happens, you go to turn it on, you get that
Yeah, that's all
flash.
it's done with
Yeah.
the past.
That's because that battery's dead. So you need to open it up with a little screwdriver, see what size it is, because that's never done it. The rules are somewhere,
And they
buy
did.
one, put it in, and then it should be okay. Now, it may still need to be charged
Yeah.
after that.
Are there
but-
different charges for these or no?
Well, it should have come with a charger.
I got this last year, so.
Okay, well, they come with a charger, I suppose you could probably buy a new one, or you're welcome just to put it in here and charge it, okay? All right, everybody got a grapher? You all have different, no, where's the grapher?
Sorry, I have it.
Okay, actually, it's not, because you can't use that on a test or quiz, and I want you to be ready to do it. Okay, so you need to check one out, if you want, or you can go buy one or find one, or whatever. But we don't use our iPads on test day. So we need to make sure you know how to use the calculator we're gonna use on test day. All right, I know you don't have one here. Well, you have to rent one, Allison, because you can't do the lesson without a calculator. All right, guys, this is serious business. I told you, you have to have a calculator this is not fully charged yet. From now on, it's gonna be 50 cents a day. You're gonna get charged if you don't have a working calculator. You need to get used to the calculator you're using. I know that Desmos is available and used on like the SAT and all that. I'm totally 100% on board with that. But in our classroom, in any classroom down this hallway, no iPads during tests. Okay? So what does that mean? That means you won't be using Desmos or anything else on test day. And if I hand you a calculator on test day, and you pay me 50 cents to rent it, you may or may not know how to use it, and then they're saying it's $400, and I'm gonna say no. So that's why you gotta have your calculator to practice with. I don't care what you do at home, doesn't matter, but in class, we are practicing with our calculator. Got it? If those of you with low ones, if they go dead, you'll just have to lean over to your neighbor. But I'm telling you right now, if you come into office hours, Ms. Ford, how do you do this thing? I'm not helping you. That's what we're doing right now. It's your responsibility, okay, to know how to use your calculator. So, you need to write one too.
We're good.
Give me your line. No, your line. That's how I know I get my calculator back. Because I forget. In 10 minutes, 242. Give me your line. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Number one, we're gonna solve graphically. Now, all of us have different kinds of calculators, hopefully all TIs. As long as you have a Texas Instrument, what we're gonna do is the same. Your calculator may look different than mine, but the buttons you're gonna press are exactly the same. So the first thing we're gonna do is turn it on. And then we're gonna go to y equals. See where my little fat finger's pointing right here? Y equals. We're gonna press y equals. If you already have something in there, just press clear. If you have more than one thing in there, you can arrow down, press clear again, and just clear out everything that's in there. You just hit clear, arrow down, hit clear. Some of you probably don't have anything in there. It's fine. I just want a blank screen. It says y1 equals. Now we're gonna type our equation in, okay? So we're gonna hit 2, and then we're gonna hit X. Now X is this button right here. Look where I'm pointing. See, it has an X on it. It's got other stuff on it, but it has an X on it. Okay, press X. Now, did anybody press X and not get X? Okay, good. Now we're gonna square it, so we just hit our little squared button over here. Over at the side, you got squared, it says X squared, hit that button. And now, does everybody see, it says y1 equals 2x squared. Okay, so now we hit the plus. Then 5x again. Remember where we got x, right here, this is your variable button, x. And then minus 3. So everybody should see y equals that equation. Everybody see it? Okay, this is not gonna work, though. We gotta get rid of that. Okay, so when we do this, make sure you don't have anything except your equation written on the screen. Now, those of you with the newer calculators, you can pick colors and all that kind of stuff. Of course, I can't do that. You got it?
Yours can be colors?
Yeah, but don't worry.
Okay, you got it? Okay, now, here's what I need everybody to do now. Okay? You should have a button in your top row here, right under the screen, that says window. Press window.
Well,
Window tells you how big of a screen you want to see. Okay? It really doesn't matter that much sometimes, but since this is our first time, I want everybody to look at the same thing. So we're all looking at the same size picture. So, after you hit window, all this junk pops up. I want you to hit the next button, which says zoom, and then 6, standard. We're just gonna go with a standard window. And as soon as you hit zoom 6, do you see a problem?
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody see a problem? The answer to the question are the places where the parabola crosses the x-axis. Remember, the directions were solved by graphing. So now we have graphed it. Now we need to figure out the answers. And these 2 points right here are the answers. this is an easy problem, grid. So you might actually be able to eyeball the answers, but I wanna go through the process because you're not gonna be able to eyeball all of your answers, and we need to know how to do it if we can't, okay? So, here are the steps. Please pay attention. I'll go very slow, so if you wanna write down the steps, you might want to do that, that's up to you, depends on how good your memory is. Alright, we are going to find the roots, or find the solutions exactly. We are not gonna approximate them, we're gonna find them exactly, alright? So here's what you do. You press second, and then again, we're going back to that top row of buttons, trace, the one that says trace, but it says calc above it. So we're gonna press second calc, so second calc, or second trace. Alright? Now we have options. We want option 2. These are called zeros. So we are finding the zeros, okay? So we picked option 2 and pressed enter. You should see now, your parabola comes back, and you should see a cursor flashing. You see it? We are going to use our arrow buttons, these right here, things that move things around, these arrow buttons, and we are gonna move our cursor so it is flashing somewhere over here. We want to be to the left of that point. So somewhere over here, we're going to move our cursor. So I'm just using my left arrow button, and I'm just arrowing my cursor until it's somewhere over there. And then I'm going to press enter. Those of you with a newer calculator, you should physically see a line on my calculator, which is old. I see a little marker like this up in the corner. It doesn't matter. You move the cursor to the left, okay? Now, the calculator's talking to you. It says, okay, what's the right bound? Well, guess what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna move my cursor till it's to the right of this point. Now that means it's somewhere over here, guys. Move the cursor so it's somewhere over here. Don't move it all the way over here. That will confuse the calculator. So left bound was over here. Right bound is down here. As soon as you get it over here somewhere, hit enter. And those of you with a new calculator, now you got another line. What's the calculator say now? Read it, what's it say?
Guess.
Take a guess. Where do you think it is? Well, move your cursor till you get it close to this point. This is your guess. This is where you think it is. So move the cursor till you get it over here close to this point. None of these are exact. Set the cursor somewhere on the left side, somewhere on the right side, and somewhere close to this. And hit enter. Now it tells you where that point is. What does it say? X equals? Uh-oh. Did you press enter? It should say x equals -3. X equals -3.
What's the error?
I'm not getting mine.
Well, they don't all get lines.
It's doing this.
Huh?
I definitely did it wrong.
Okay.
Like, it's like down now, it's like -12 on the
Mine said error.
Same.
Okay, well, we're gonna do the other one now, so we're gonna start over. Alright, and this time do exactly what I say, if we can do it, okay? So, let's go back, we're gonna start over now. We actually don't have to go all the way back to the beginning, but I'm going to, okay? So I'm gonna go back. Okay, so I can see one error that we've got here is, when we set our left bound and our right bound, we have to go far enough away that there's a difference between them. Okay, so we're gonna do this one now, alright? So, let's go back to y equals, just press y equals, is your equation still there? Yeah, perfect, alright? Now, just hit graph, and we should get our parabola back. Did you get your parabola back?
Yes.
Okay, now, we're going to find this root, right here, this guy right here. So we press second calc, or second trace, and pick option 2, which is 0, and press enter. Now, I have no idea where your cursor is, it doesn't matter. The calculator is saying left bound. So we need to have our cursor, remember, let me redraw this. This is the point, right here, that we are finding now. So wherever your cursor is, whether, I don't know which direction you need to go, but use your left and right buttons and get your cursor set so it's somewhere down here, okay? Because we need to be on the left side of that point. So set it so it's somewhere over here. And as soon as you get it over there, I gotta move mine. As soon as you get it over there, press enter. Okay? Now, the calculator guides you through. What does it say now?
Right now.
Where's your right bound? Now you need to move your cursor so it's somewhere over here. So, just move the cursor and press enter. Now what does it want to know?
Guess.
All right, this is your guess right here. So move it close to that. It may or may not lay right on top of it, and that's fine. Just get it close to that and press enter. What does it say that one is?
0.
0.5?
5, yeah.
0.5.
Yeah,
Okay, did you get that, Riley? 0.5?
Yes.
Yes. So for every one of these, we have to go through the process twice because there are 2 answers. All right, let's try the next one. If you didn't get that, come on, pay attention, press exactly what we say, and it will come up, I promise. Can't be freelancing if you don't know what you're doing. All right, let's take a look at this one. This is B. What do you think we're gonna do with B? Sutton?
Well, I just had a question. When you write the answer for the last one, would you just
Say x equals -3 or 1/2, or
Okay.
0.5. Yeah, those are the 2 answers. Just like if we solved it, we have those 2 answers, yeah. All right, what do I do with this equation? There's something wrong with it we need to fix first. You look at the one we just did. Look at this one. What's different?
you have to set it to 0?
That's right, you have to set it to 0. What are we finding? What did we say we called these points? The zeros. We gotta have our equation set equal to 0. Now we're ready to go. Okay, so let's go back. Get y equals. Now clear this out. We don't want that other equation anymore. We're gonna clear it out. we're gonna press X, and where do we get X? From our variable button, right? So we press X, and then we square it. Minus 8x, this is your variable button. And, plus 15. Okay, does everybody have the equation in? Okay, now, hit your graph button. You should always see a parabola on an x squared equation. Do you see a parabola?
Yep.
Do you see it crossing the x-axis?
Yeah.
How many places?
2.
Oh yeah, because there's 2 answers, right? Here's an answer right here. That's the first one we're gonna find. You can only do one at a time. Now pay attention, these are very close together, these 2 dots. I mean, on the screen they are, here they don't look so close, but they're very close together. When you set your left bound and your right bound, you can only be enclosing one point. So your right bound can't be over here. Do you see what I'm saying? Your right bound has to be down here. So we're going to hit second trace or second calc. We're going to choose 0. What am I supposed to see?
Left bound.
Well, I don't see a cursor. I'm supposed to see a cursor. If you see one, great. I don't see one. It's there, it's just off the screen. Okay? So listen, even if you're not, this is gonna happen to you at some point. As soon as you say second calc, the bottom of the screen there tells you where your cursor is. My cursor is all the way up at 15. So I am gonna have to go to the left, or to the right, I mean, to bring it down. My cursor is clear up here somewhere. So I need to bring it down. So I am bringing it down, and I'm going to press enter. As soon as I get my cursor over here. That's where it needs to be. Did everybody find your cursor and get it moved? Okay, so I pressed enter. And now, that's the big thing, we forget, we gotta press enter. Then it says, okay, where's your right bound? Now you're gonna move it so it's somewhere over here. Now, don't be too close to that point and don't be close to that point. So somewhere right in the middle of them would be a good place. And I know there's not much room. Trust me, your calculator's a very smart machine. Move it somewhere in the middle there and press enter. Now what do we do? Can you remember?
Go back.
It says
Yeah.
yes, so we're gonna move it over till it's about on our point, and then we are going to press enter. Where's that one? What's this answer? X equals 3. You're not gonna see 3 until you press enter, kids. Make sure you press enter. You move, enter, move, enter, move, enter. All right. Are you ready to try that one by yourself?
Ready.
Okay. There you go. Give that a shot, see if you can find it. So how do we start? We go back to second trace, and that starts the ball rolling. Pick option 2, enter.
Negative, obviously.
Now, where do we need your left bound to be? Like right in here? That's gonna be your left bound. Remember, you can't involve that point. So it's gotta be right here. That's gonna be your left bound. Enter. Where's your right bound gonna be? Up here someplace. Enter. Where's your guest gonna be? Right here. Enter. What does it say?
5.
Five. Okay? Alright. If you, I'm gonna stop there, we don't have time to do another one. If if you got my calculator, I need it back.
How do we turn our calculators off?
Second off or second on.
Like,
Alright. I will be here after school to check out a calculator, if you need one checked out. Right now, I need to remind everybody, we need to, if you wanna use my charger, Jake, I'm totally fine with you using my charger, but get your name on that, make sure your name's on it, put it in there. Same with you, Hayes, if you wanna use my charger, you absolutely can. Make sure your name is on your calculator in Sharpie. Please bring your Mafford money. Next week is it, bring it. Make sure you have a calculator that's functioning. And if anybody didn't get that to work out, come up now, we got 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I can probably see what your mistake is, if you're not getting it graphed correctly. Okay, we have no homework assigned today, because we have not finished P5. So there will be no homework assigned today.
bless